Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is a Bat Châtillon 155-58. It's the Tier 10 French SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Fisherman's Bay, and this one is under the command of Andromedaa. And you can see that he's got one mark of excellence on the barrel. Game started. Okay, 3-shot autoloader. 155mm howitzer, and it's mounted in a M47 base with a rotating turret which can turn 360 degrees, and he's now just turning the gun towards the target. Mind you, it's a 48.75 second reload time, and there's 10 seconds between each shot and 3 shots in the mag. So let's have a look. Can he get a shot on that leopard? It's a 1.5 second flight time. He's got a red line there at the moment. The building seems to be in the way. Okay, he's loaded. Rounds out. That's going to miss. Hit the building. Need to lead the target just a little. Okay, now a lot because that target is moving fast. Still got one shot. That Progetto looks a nice little target. Rounds out. Oh, it hit the building. Premature explosion. It hit the building that was in front of it. Okay, so we're in reload. 48.75 seconds. Normally I'd say relocate to another firing position at this spot to get a different angle on the target. The one thing about the Bat Châtillon 155-58 is it's quite fast. It's one of the fastest Artys in the game. Not the fastest, that's the FV304. And of course the Lorraines, the 155-51 and the 155-50 are also quite quick. Of course they're based on medium tanks. Now there was an Object 268 there, and it's still there because he just hit it. And he's almost loaded for another round. Is he going to try another shot? No, he's going to wait until he's spotted. Oh, we did fire. Looking for the IS-7 now. He's moving backwards and forwards in that sort of area. There he is. Okay, just adjust a bit. No, just let him get too close to the building. He's going to stay there now. So there's an AMX 1390 over on the west side of the battlefield who's being a bit of a pain to our Object 263, so that will be a good target right now, but he's going to go for the IS-7, rounds out, and it hits the building. Oh dear. Okay, so long reload again. The 1390's been killed, but we also lost our 263. He wasn't too happy that he didn't get any support. There's a big ding-dong battle going on in the town. This is a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks in it, by the way. Okay, he's loaded. 3 shots ready to go. As I said before, 10 seconds between each shot. There's the IS-7. And he's hugging the house again. Now the splash radius of these shells isn't as great as you'll find on some of the other higher caliber. I'm afraid it's only 8 meters. Some of the other ones you'll find they've got 13 meters if they use the premium shells. Oh, just overshot the AE phase 1. Loading another shell. Looks good. It is 354 direct hit. Nice long stun on him. Well, that looks a good target, but we've still got a few seconds before we're ready to go. If he stays there. Oh, tree went down. So yes, the E100 is still there. Almost loaded. 3 shells. First one's out straight away. And it lands just in front of him for 110 of splash. Okay, he's loaded another one. Rounds out again, but he moves quite wisely to get out of the way of the shell just at the last split second. And we can't get a shot on him now because he's hiding behind the building. The Progetto's kind of in an Arty safe position. So is the IS-7. Okay, there's a target that's not Arty safe. The Leopard 1. And he's pulling away. Nice long lead. Long shot. Flight time. Nope. No sign of him. It might have splashed him. It might have stunned him. But no damage as far as we can see. Now, the other thing about the Bat Châtillon 155-58 is you do tend to get enough shells to last you the entire game. Some of the other Artys do actually run out of shells if you fire them too quickly. Specifically, the Object 261, so you don't really want to run out of ammo right at the end of the battle. That could be rather inconvenient. You're sitting there for a minute, not able to do anything except ram the enemy or cap. Okay, almost ready. 3 shots. Going for the Centurion 7-1. Rounds out straight away. Explosion on the ground. So we didn't hit the target, but we might have splashed him. We stunned him. Okay, he's hiding behind the bunker, but he pulls back. Rounds out this time. Should hit. It does. 342. It's a good solid hit. He turned the vehicle around as well at that spot. Oh, and pulled away. Yep, he turned around because he was pulling away. So he's abandoned that position to the E4. Trying to get away from that E4. I think I know how he feels. He doesn't want to get hit by a 155mm shell. And he's trying to get his 105mm shell to a position where he can actually do something about it. But I don't think he will be able to survive for very long. Even if he's sitting below that ridgeline, because there's a Bat Châtillon only a short distance away. And of course Andromeda's going to be loaded very shortly. It says okay that he's loaded. He's not. He's still waiting for the shells to go in. The mods are wrong. I'm afraid they do have a habit of giving the wrong information sometimes. Okay, loaded now. You can see the 3 symbols showing 3 shells. As soon as that Centurion comes into view, we'll fire a round in. And the IS-7 is now being flashed by the Conqueror up at the center line. Oh, and both tanks went down. Our IS-7 was, the IS-7 was killed by the Progetto. We fired around at the Centurion. Direct hit, 283. The Leopard 1 on the enemy team killed our Conqueror, who came over the center line. Are we going to adjust to go for that Conqueror? The Centurion, rather? Again, we lose sight of him because he just pops out of view every time he drops below the ridgeline for 6 seconds. There he is. Now, can put a round onto that spot. No, he's pulled away. We're not the only one to make that mistake. I think the M53, M55 also tried firing at that position. Oh, and he goes down to a big round from that 155mm gun on the E4. So we've adjusted now to try and hit the Progetto 65 on that corner. It's a difficult shot, but he fires around it and hits the building. The enemy still has 7 tanks, but most of them appear to be in the town. They can't move forward because there's a strip 1030 blocking their path. The Bat Châtillon's found one of their Arty. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it because we're not loaded. And they've just killed the T-92. The Progetto's been seen. He's having to drop below that ridgeline again. Our E-50 gets killed. He was taken out by the enemy guerrillas. So the enemy guerrillas nearby. Yes, he's grid square K7. Now that's a fairly weak target in terms of armor, but he has dropped out of view again, so we don't know where he is. Bat Chat's moving up. He should get sight of him. Well, this is very quiet. The enemy is staying out of sight. The Striv has pulled back and he's now sitting only a short distance away from us. And I think this sort of like indicates the enemy might be pushing forward and pushing north. And Andromeda's adjusted his aim slightly to the north. Yes, he's looking over there because he thinks that's where the enemy's going to come from. And it might be a good idea for him to vacate this spot quickly and head over to the west side of the map. Yep, even with his gun proudly erect, he's actually going to dive over to the west side, drop into the water, and then fire on anyone who comes in this direction. That's it, he's taken an early bath. Unfortunately, he lost a few hit points there. I think that jump was a little too aggressive. Well, some of the enemy are still defending their gap. It appears that Gorilla's probably the one. And the team are indicating him. 25 ton wants us to focus on that area. I'd focus near the spots where you'd expect the gorilla to pop up to fire. And they'll be around the bushes on the ridgeline. There you go. There's those bushes there. Not those ones back there, because he won't fire from there because it's too far back and the ridgeline's in the way. That's it. Just there. That's right. That's where he's most likely to fire from. I think the reason why he keeps drifting back here is because there is an enemy Arty still in the game, a 212A. And he's having a quick look for the tracer from that 212A. Their Object 268 just drowns, so maybe he's just given up the game altogether, realised that it's a lost cause. There he is. He's fallen in the water. Anyone who knows the Goons will understand that reference. Oh, there's the Progetto. Dialing in. Oh, before we can shoot. Well, that's the 2-minute warning, so our guys are going to have to make a move soon. If they don't kill all the enemy team, we're going to end up with a draw. And the best way to do that, for them to spot that Gorilla 15 and for Andromeda to get some shots in. He's still got 3 shells. There he is. And he did come up at those bushes. I did say. Wasn't the exact set of bushes that I was looking for, but it was where what I'd expect him to do. The logical thing. Oh, he got him with a splash. He took him out with a splash with a blind shot. Now they can find that last Arty, the 212A, is probably in the bushes in that corner. And there he is. Fire a round in. Don't drown yourself. It's not worth it. You can get some more hit points. And he dies to a hail of fire. Well, if I was the last Arty, I would go on a ramming spree. I'd try and ram the enemy. And he was asked to platoon at the last second. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, He didn't get a classification for his Arty in that game, but he did get a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11, and he also got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate was 1643. So let's have a look at... oh, he said actually 263 and E100 drown on enemy team. Yes, I think they gave up the ghost. They just weren't interested anymore. Wanted to go off and find another battle. Progetto 65 got the highest damage, 3793. The next highest damage was the E100 with 3234. And after that, it was the E4 who managed to get 2,940. Andromeda managed 1,780 hit points of damage in that one. When it came to kills though, again, it's that Progetto 65. And we can see that the E4 managed to get 2, so did the Gorilla 15 and 3 members of the enemy team. And Andromeda only got the 1 kill. I'm afraid that Gorilla 15, which is a good kill. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's a little way down the table, 562. The high scorer was the Progetto again, who got the top in all 3 columns. Bat Chat got 738 and the T49 got 721. Andromeda fired 21 rounds, got 4 direct hits, no penetrations, 12 splash. Damage of 1,780 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 7 of the enemy, killed 1, and did 136 hit points of stun assist of 11 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 21,515 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he actually made a loss, 3,178 credits for the game. He got 2 bonds for getting the Confederate, and 562 base XP, no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. But other than that, it was a close in terms of it. He almost ran out of time. You can actually see that the battle time was 14 minutes 2 seconds, so there was only 58 seconds left on the clock before it would have ended up as a draw. You kind of think that the 212A might have been better off if he'd gone and hid somewhere as quickly as he could, run off and find a corner to hide in, and then obviously he'd end up with a draw because everyone forgot to cap again. Yes, it's another game where we've seen that people have forgotten to actually get into the cap circle because they were running out of time and they didn't want to get in the cap circle because they thought the enemy might shoot at them. Well, sometimes you just have to take the risk, get into that cap circle, let the enemy shoot at you, and then let your teammates finish them off. And that works. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification button so you get alerted when a new video goes up. And thank you for watching.